Alright, so we're about to get into game 1 of day 2, the final day of multiplayer _ Rocket, playing Rocket League.
I know,
live
right?
in Insomnia. With a good bit of pressure right here. Nice rotational play. They put out
what a
wealth
touch!
of shots.
What a
yesterday.
double
Oh
touch!
My, what a goal by
Crispy! What a way to start today. Our first goal is with a beautiful touch off the wall, gets over that ball, tips it in whilst one, follows through, gets another little nudge, which takes Muzmi out of the game. Incredible stuff.
That's what I like to see, ladies and gentlemen.
That was incredible. You can see there, orange players looking for the demos as they're looping very close towards the net, not intending to get the ball, just the player as that ball is moving down the field. Muzmi tips it over, gets it past one. Crispy rotating back. Higgs, a touch into the middle, that is dangerous, but his teammate Crispy is there to clear it away. So almost halfway through the game, Crispy with another touch! He does it again!
Guy, he loves his double touches. Incredibaken trying to come up for the interception, but Crispy knows exactly how far to hit the ball. Nice dodge, and the goal secure by Keegan.
Very impressive.
I'm seeing in the chat that only 2 out of 3 for Flip-Flop got an early night. One player not so much.
That's
I would
incredible.
have to throw a guess at Incredibaken because right now he's not looking like the Incredibaken we saw yesterday. This is going to be a 5-game series, so they've got some time to try and rally themselves and maybe wake up because it is early morning. There's one goal.
That's
me sneaking one in.
That's,
that's a horrible thing. He's stolen the goal. And I know that happened at the RLCS LAN. Espion didn't score in this first series of the day because the only shot that he was going to get got stolen by Quinn Lobdell.
And that guy, it just demotivates them. I know it's a team jokey thing.
The stats, they don't always tell the full story.
Exactly.
But what they do say is that Flip-Flop, they are finding chances, they just need to take them. And they need to try and be more careful because the hard clears that are coming in and the dunks that are coming in from Buttery Biscuit Boosters are catching them off guard. And now triple match point for the aforementioned.
Incredibaken gives space to Crispy, just puts it up high. He knows his teammates better in the air than his opposition as they've been winning out up to this point. Keegan, great touch into the middle, shot wide. At this moment, we are seeing a very strong performance in terms of passing and using that backboard.
Yeah, some really nice aggression. I was worried for Buttery Biscuit Boosters that they might get complacent, knowing that they have that triple match point and the lead in this game. They might sit back and let Flip-Flop attack them, but they're not doing that. They're just taking Flip-Flop right into their half and getting goals. This is why attacking play is sometimes the way to finish a game. It doesn't matter. 6-3, really well done by Buttery Biscuit Boosters. So glad that we got to cast them today because they kind of flew under the radar yesterday. We didn't see them. Now we've seen what they can do, and they are definitely in with a great shot to make the money. Going into the semi-finals, they're going to be going up against some pretty tough competition. The likes of Crown and Jewel, Sector 1 or TCA could be waiting for them.
Do you know who they've got next?
Who's that?
Sector 1.
Sector 1.
Number one seed. They have got a tough route to the stage. We're talking about a team that until today had a 100% win rate technically because of the fact they didn't play their first 2 games. But then with the way Swiss works, if you lose your first 2 games, you play against other people who lose their first 2 games. So they had an easier day, but they still didn't lose. So they had the ability to surprise us today, we could say.
So we're just going to try and get this all sorted out. We're going to get ourselves in, and we are going to be casting the lower bracket for this. Flip-Flop versus Fireball.
He certainly has. Just speaking last game afterwards to Buttery Biscuit Boosters, and they were saying how nervous they were going onto the stream. So it does play a part. They are being watched by the wider public when normally they're just casually playing at a LAN, thinking about competing, playing at a high level, but this is a lot of pressure for them, especially with the money today, as we see a big mistake.
Muzmi's going to get the cross-court goal, but didn't really have to do much for it. It was just a shot on target, and we see the panic. Unholy just couldn't get himself across in time, and that is 2-0 in a pretty weak way. Trying to not go for the wall aerials. The ball's just played over the top. No one back in goal. Fireball can get this away, but actually Hendrik Carstens gets 2 plays, and he's struggling, but he has just about managed to squeeze this one away. Well defended after initial mistake. Off the backboard, Henrik Carstens finally gets that away.
That touch is only going straight into possession of Flip-Flop Tic Tacs. Unfortunately, a weaker touch for them gives possession straight back, and that is the key at the moment. No one is looking to pass to teammates. They're just hitting the ball towards the net and giving away the ball. You see that every touch is turning the possession over. This is a chance for Muzmi.
Gets it over the top. First goal. Flip-Flop Tic Tacs. It's been a hard-fought battle, and that is huge in this match. Fireborn did so much better here compared to game 1, but they are still down despite that fight.
What a touch. That Batmobile not very tall to get it on the inside of his car and control it like that into the middle and then pop it the last moment just to secure with that height. Very well played by him. Great control at this stage and that is an important goal. We haven't had a goal up until a minute and a half left, and finally the score difference is in favor of Flip-Flop Tic Tacs.
But all three members of Flip-Flop taking that one away. Moosby on the counter-attack. A third goal will finish this one off, and that is going to be it. Bacon steals it away or gets a secure.
Moosby, he was so close to getting his hat trick there. His teammate Bacon has taken the opportunity away. A great touch into the middle by him, off the wall, and a good follow-up by Bacon because he could have potentially needed to dunk the defending player. The defending player unfortunately missed it, sent it onto the net, and that gives them a goal. That's the unfortunate case with the double elimination. If you're in that losers bracket, you are walking on a very fine line between getting knocked out and potentially going on to fourth, third, second, maybe even onto the stage with first and second place to earn some money, as it is a healthy £3,000 prize pool.
Certainly something that you will shake your head at.
Or nod. You would nod. You'd be very happy.
You'd be very happy.
No
with
shakes.
That sort of amount.
Nodding.
But
one goal is what it could be right now. Fireborn, if they change the momentum, they have not scored up to this point. 8 goals against them. If they get that one opportunity and take it, that could be the switch for Flip-Flop going, oh wait, we are not invincible. And that could be the switch for Fireborn to tell them they can do it. And right now, it is looking like the goal could go either way. It's just going to be a small little mistake that could do it.
Henry Carson clears that one over to Unholy, as Unholy tries to pass that one over to himself, so
here we go, this is dangerous.
Set up. Oh, they finally got it. The goal is finally in. Phoenix 1-0 to Fireborn, and that has been so elusive and so important to their momentum.
That ball was put into the middle so well. Flip-Flop Tic Tacs caught too close to that near post, pops over the top of them. That back post is completely empty. They turn around and can't quite get there in time before Phoenix dunks that one in off the player defending it, and that is the first goal. We still have over half the game left, but it's very important to switch that momentum up, as now Fireborn can score. They have proven to themselves they can score, and this is where it begins. Yeah. 10 seconds left. This is incredibly tense for them. They've got to score 2 very quick goals. It's not going to be very easy. That could be the chance. It will have to be a kickoff goal with this one. Can they make it? If they just pushed that in quicker, the kickoff goal was available, but 3-1 the final score of that game, 3-0 the series score. Fireborn. So unfortunate to see them going. We had so much hope for them after a complete 100% win rate in the first day, but that is the way. You come across stronger teams today.
Yes, they certainly do. Like we said, they didn't get an opportunity to play against any of the teams that qualified for this stage, but at this moment in time, you've got people making funny faces at you, don't you?
Oh, it was Questy in the background, and I was stroking him in front. And it was a shame, because I didn't want to bring attention away from this incredible game, but Quest Ferret was in the background.
Thanks, Quest Ferret.
TCA have other ideas. We actually ran into them at Spoons yesterday.
Yes.
And they said, guys, how do we beat Crown and Jewels? Because they know that if they want to win, they're going to have to beat Crown and Jewels. They're going to have to beat Sector 1.
Yes.
And I think the name of the game is just aggression. That's
yeah, I mean, that's literally the first game here is going to be really important. Because Crown and Jewels, they are expected to go on to win the entire thing. But first game, if you can show that aggression, you can show this team that you are capable of beating them, you might be able to just get a little bit of like a, oh god, what is this? What
exactly.
is this? What is it? Because Yemen and Jesse, they did not expect the level of competition they've actually got here this weekend.
Exactly. They said they were going to 3-0 everybody, and I love that confidence.
Because it's already gone.
I love that trash talk because it sets them up for disaster. And, you know, it's not a disaster yet because they are making their way through the winners bracket. They made it into day 2. And here we have them, Yemen, Bluey, and Jesse.
Hey, they are playing well here, both these teams, not leaving anything left. It's going to bounce off the backboard. Subex just turns that one away. The backboard being used so often from C&J in this series. And, I mean, really, why is that? Why are they so good at that sort of stuff, and what does that set you up for?
Well, when the backboard play comes into the game, the defense have to hit the ball that's coming down right from above them. Extremely difficult to do like this. But the attackers, on the other hand, they see it much more clearly. Long clear, actually, own goal! Subex, you can see it happening. Just a panic from Subex in defense.
Yeah, he was trying to turn that one just over the top of the crossbar, but completely mistimed it.
He doesn't know that that's actually hitting the post, because from his angle, it's so difficult to know if that's posting in, if it's posting out, if it's just a direct goal. Far more threatening at this moment, but it's a long series ahead of us. We did see a comeback from Sector 1.
It's going to be yet another one.
Games. Yemen flopping in front of the net. Just rolls straight in.
Yeah, Bluey tries to get himself up there. There's no one left. TCA pushing so hard to get themselves a goal to bring themselves back into it. Johnny is absolutely loving it.
Oh, I love a good mind game. Deliberate or not, it's hilarious to look at.
Ball. And Law's actually going to get credited with the clearance, so 2 players involved with that. The transformer play.
Oh, Yemen off the wall.
Yemen.
It's over a bit too high.
Just almost managed to turn that one in. Crown and Jewels look like they're starting to up the pace here. Going to try and crush this second game. and just completely demotivate TCA. Subx, nice save of him, not only saving the ball, but trapping it next to him, allowing Eternal Sax to take it away.
Yeah, really well defended. They're holding on. This is very similar start to game one. Both teams just trying to feel each other out. They don't want to give the first goal away. Will TCA be able to get anything going? That's a really nice walk there. Notice how wait for the bounce before he hit that. Got some really surprising distance. Oh yeah.
Could be a run back between Crown and Jewels and Sector 1, the team that beat them yesterday.
Oh my!
Oh, what a play! Yemen is going to get the credit, but Jesse did so much. No, it's Yemen that took it the whole way. That's incredible.
Yemen off the wall. Double touch and the rebound. Triple touch. Rebound goal by Yemen. Started on the wall with the air dribble. Beautiful stuff coming out from the Englishman. He's on his home turf. He's feeling pretty good after that one, I'm sure.
Breath, a heartbeat that they can get themselves back into this match.
Yeah, really reminiscent of Jesse's set towards Bluey for the first goal. Same pass, using that high corner, arcs the ball down so dangerously. Subx just forcing it in. They're definitely back in the game somewhat. They're going to cheat. Like we saw Crown and Jewels losing a lot of kickoffs yesterday. Today's been a little bit better.
Oh, what a block shot! Eternal Sax and TCA, they have gone from completely down and they are now standing guard up, ready to fight.
What a dunk coming out from Eternal Sax, just denying Jesse. Jesse with a dangerous infield clear. Eternal Sax
unable to get the block, and Bluey is going to try and go for the bump on Eternal Sax, but couldn't quite find him. Now the ball going to be played over to the side by Eternal Sax. That's actually an open goal. The complete mispositioning from TCA, and they've handed it away.
Jesse actually going for a pretty dangerous goal steal here. Nearly saves it. I think Subx and Law both expecting the other one to deal with that.
Oh, there's a that is a proper back down there.
He was like, I could try and steal this, but I'm probably going to save it. Goes for the backflip. At us. Really, then we've got the series in the bag, and they are going to get the 2-0 lead as soon as
a long 0 second roll.
0 seconds. Ball still up in the air.
Sinjay should be helping them now at this point just to get a goal. There we are. Thank you, Jesse. And that is going to be it.
Oh, no! Denying the consolation goal. They don't want to give them anything in the ball.
For a run back. We don't know what's happening with the Sector 1 game right now, but it's entirely possible that we can get a run back from what happened yesterday.
Yes, looking like that might be the case. Crown and Jewels advancing to the winners finals. So we're going to see them up against the winner of Sector 1 and Buttery Biscuit Boosters. All these teams that we're seeing now, we've seen them play before, which is good because it shows that the Swiss bracket has worked.
Well,
the teams
we might have idiots behind us, but we are consummate professionals, so we're just going to ignore them entirely. But yeah,
this has been happening constantly. We just have to deal with this as part of the job description.
Today, like now that we've got everyone finally turning up.
We've got Team Rocket and Doomsy here, like the biggest idiots in the Rocket League scene. I think it's safe to say.
Someone have showed up, taken them down twice, Crown and Jewels. They want their revenge, but can they get it? And the money is on the line as well. Shogun, what do you think?
This has been an absolutely incredible story. As you said, these guys have already played twice throughout this tournament, both times 3-2 in results. Both series have been absolutely incredible. This can only be a third-time classic.
Yeah, with that one-game advantage, Sector 1 certainly did well out of winning those close games earlier on. But we're going to go down to the field now and see these boys playing out. I'm sure this is going to be a close game. Hopefully, Game 7 for us here today. Yeah, so Great British Pounding from my point of view. After the last event, I had a good chat with them. They're all lovely guys. They're here for other events. They're here to see Insomnia, the pub quiz. But then after the last event, coming third, they're like, actually, we could do quite well in this. And so they've trained up a little bit and coming into this. They know they are not going to win big tournaments online. They know they're not the best team, but they know they are better than most people at the LAN because of the fact they have that track record.
Not really trusting themselves to go for the ball here, and we see a straight off goal from Crispy off of the wall. Red British Pounding, they look very scared to get to that ball.
Now the last game I saw Buttery Biscuit Boosters, Crispy had an amazing game, and that is a beautiful angle right from that wall, sneaking it in below the crossbar, and it's very hard to defend that when you don't expect them to get such a tight angle with such efficiency. Right now, it's still very close, but certainly the favouring going to BBB with that 2-1 lead.
Keegan sees opportunity, ball falls straight onto his face, and he makes it happen.
Make that 3-1 right here. We see that ball bounce off of the side. Keegan reads it very well, just gets around that, push it towards the net. Mr. MG needs to be making that save at this kind of stage if he wants to be going on to earn some money. Just a little bit of a Phil's backflip as it came towards him. Yeah, 2-0 right now, and that is now 3-0. It seems if I state the score, they like to just add one more to it. 3-0 the score. Crispy putting that around the corner. No one attacking it. Mr. MG a little bit delayed. Venzor realizing his teammates completely missed it, not able to go up himself. Keegan, in the end, finishes it off. So this is starting to look harder and harder for Great British Pounding. Such a great bunch of guys. They're lovely. They've always been at this event, and Rocket League appeared. They came along to it. They came third at the last event, earning themselves £500. Came into this one so hyped to get into that top 4, and it is slowly moving away from them. They cannot grasp it, as Buttery Biscuit Boosters are doing so well right here.
They have 2 minutes to rise from the ashes.
Oh,
like a phoenix,
crispy.
but it doesn't look like it. Crispy with a fantastic fake play.
The crispest of touches was needed. You just see him getting on the bounce shown today. We didn't get to watch them yesterday during the Swiss, but they've shown today they are a team that are competing with the big 3. So we haven't seen the big 3 for a bit now. We've had Sector 1, Crown and Jewels, and TCA moving on up. TCA against Flip-Flop Tic Tacs on the other side. Might be moving in. But right now, these guys are saying, we're the underdogs. No one knew us. We're coming in to give those 3 a big scare.
Absolutely. And from what we've seen in this match, I really want to point out how fantastically paced their match was. I've mentioned it in the game itself. Every ball they contested, they immediately knew how to follow up in case they won the 50-50, which was very often the case because they just went at them from the better angles. And with a better prediction, they got the dunks, they got the counter bounces, they got those backboard passes especially. The interplay between Keegan and Higgs up in front, up in offense, was very, very amazing to watch, very pleasurable to watch indeed. And Higgs just playing his heart out, especially in game number 2.
So well.
Yeah.
Member at this event.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Doomsy is loving the camera. Look at him. He's a little fabulous man. Let's get him on.
Here, look.
Oh, sorted.
Look at that.
Yeah, easy.
I've turned the mic around. We've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah, we have.
Now it's on the right side, so you don't see this mic in the way of my face every time I turn around. And hear his own voice.
Oh, hello.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
This is great. Oh,
yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, you can hear it. We can hear ourselves in our ears. It's quite weird.
You're
yeah,
right,
like Gregan said, we're pretty big deals, me and Doomsy. We've got the most Twitter followers. So.
Wait, how many Twitter followers do you have?
Like 2,100. You've got more than me, right?
Yeah, about 4,000.
4,000. So I had the most. But now Doomsy's here, taking my crown. Probably, best player in the venue. We got Blue, Yemen, and Jesse, but I'm sure he would. Fancy his chances against any of them, right?
Yeah, of course. I just didn't want to play today. I didn't want to show him out, that's why.
Yeah.
So we had the coolest thing ever happen to us. We went off to, deal with our business.
Yep.
And on the way back, this man right here got recognized.
Someone recognized me. This weird little ginger kid that you're all staring at right now. I was just walking. I'd just been to the toilet. I'd peed. And then we came out.
Try to keep it subtle on that one.
Well, you bought a bottle of Coke. And then we were walking, and this guy just comes up to us and goes, you're Cole, aren't you? And I was like, yes! It's more scary to meet one person than to talk to 500, honestly.
Yes, it is. It's like, okay.
No, so we've got one game next, which is Sector 1 Crown and Jewels. Then we will watch the knockout game between Flip-Flop Tic Tacs and Buttery Biscuit Boosters. That is to decide who gets 250 coming in 4th and who gets a chance to move up from 3rd to the top. So that will be going on there. So quite a lot on the line right now. Money in every single game matters. This is so important right here.
Yeah, this is certainly getting to the, we've had a bit of fun, but we're getting to the actual serious parts of this tournament, the part where these guys need to be playing at their absolute best. So I'm going to be very interested to see just how well they do. As we try and get this ready, try and get this sorted. We've just got the information. We're just starting to join up now. And he's managed to do so. Going to go off the backboard after he goes for the demolish, but Lania, the stronger player, going to get the save. Takes it all the way down with himself. As he's going to try and get the setup. The shot comes in. Save from Bluey. It wasn't a great shot, though. They played it over to the corner. Good start from both of these two teams. No feeling out process.
Yeah, Sector 1 have certainly had a few more shot opportunities at this stage. But we've seen some good goal line defense from the guys clearing out to the corners. But there's a chance. Irma of the crossbar. This is incredible. Mount almost getting that one in. Bluey finally dissolving the play. And there's plenty of time right now. We've still got, it's a best of 5, remember. This first game does not define the series. It certainly will help with the momentum. There's only 1 goal the difference right now. Not like these 3-4 goal difference with Yoisters. Irma! Oh, not quite getting the shot he needed there.
Yeah, but that defense so far has been on point from Crown and Jewels, but it's not right there. Lania gets to it just before the defense can get there. The attempted challenge did come in, but Lania just a step ahead.
Look at Mount tipping now into the middle. Irma pushing upfield in case there's a redirect opportunity. In the end, Mount tipped it backwards where Lania was waiting. All 3 of them committing to that play, but they knew they could get it as it was a retreating Crown and Jewels side that weren't able to block that. Well played.
So, Sector 1 They do have the lead, but they need to make sure that the momentum stays on their side. It's currently 2-1 to them as C&J try and make a resurgence. Lania, actually 2 players committed to that. That's going to be an easy goal. Jesse, this is huge now. If Sector 1 can't go on and bring this back to a win game, they will be kicking themselves because this is a terrible play by them.
Yemen pushing that out to the far side. Lania really needs to touch that away into the corner. Irma expecting his teammate to do it, reacts slowly to it, ends up touching that ball down into the middle as a pass to Jesse, who finishes it off. So we are 2-2 now. This game is incredibly close. Either team can take it right now as we are looking at a level scoreline.
Up high, looking for Bluey. Lovely 1-2 between them. 3-2, crown and jewels. 3 goals in a row, stamping their authority on this series.
Jesse just tipping that up high. Bluey going right underneath, so it can make a difference right here today.
Well, here's going to be a much larger issue that Sector 1 needs to worry about, and it is the Northern Gaming effect. Is the shot just going to go off the crossbar? The second one comes in off the post, cleared away by Jesse. We saw at RLCS, Northern Gaming did so well in day 1, as Sector 1 have everyone there, and now the counter-attack is going to come in. Northern Gaming did so well in day 1. They lost their first game, and then they were immediately knocked out in the lower bracket. That slide can be very quick and very sudden once you're down there. Saw something quite interesting here. Only 2 saves on the side of Sector 1 throughout the entire game. They didn't concede anything at all. So they look like they've changed it. They are seemingly getting rid of these plays before they actually develop, and they're not having to deal with as many shots, which I think is a good thing considering how many times they send 2 players to the same save.
Yeah, they go for that zonal offense. As soon as they get in the opposition half, they cover the clearing points, and it makes it very tough for Yemen, Bluey, and Jesse to send it away into the opposition half, relieve a lot of pressure, and get some boost. So they start getting clamped down. And yes, Sector 1 aren't finding goals very easily, but it's working for them and not letting them get scored on as easily.
Yemen going to go for the wall aerial, almost managed to block that one in. He gets these 2 teams so close to one another in skill, but that is an open goal. What has happened to the rotation here? We saw 1 player react to the ball. Oh, there's 2 right there. The offense was too much.
And Lania pushed up early there, thinking he had a player rotating, but because of the double commit, it left someone out of the rotation. Lania had every right to go for that ball, but not after his teammates double commit. So it's just a horrible miscommunication in their rotation, and it has left them completely open from behind. And Crown and Jewels are looking very close to getting their match point here.
Nice setup there from Yemen, looking for Bluey. Bluey's going to try to go set up. He's managed to get off the backboard, but Yemen was beat to it by Mount, who just put himself up into the air, tried to get rid of it. Sector 1, final chance here. It's actually been set up. Irma has got it in! What a shot!
1 second to go. Irma sent it in to level the scoreline. Incredible pass into the middle. Somehow he snuck that pass. 2 goal line defenders. Yemen not able to make the save. Jesse not able to make the save. We are going to overtime. 1 second left. Unlikely to score here, but that is incredible.
Leave the person in goal. Make sure you're ready to defend this.
Irma!
Almost managed to get the contact onto that. 1 second remaining. Irma gets himself and the rest of Sector 1 back into this game. That is how much this means. Sector 1 do not want to give up.
No way!
As it's going to go in. Nice block, but Bluey and Yemen just overhit it a little bit too much. Here comes the next one. Jesse doesn't turn that one in.
Net. This is the counter opportunity. Lania, Mount, Irma all gathering around that ball. No one really taking the energy forward. Probably not much boost between them. A great shot from Bluey. Irma inside of the post. This is insane right here.
Mount so taking their time. Crown and Jewels looking to set each other up. Lania has the opportunity to look for Mount. Mount's going to try and get there, but it was just overtouched. The pass a little bit too heavy, and Crown and Jewels now can try and work this down to the other end, but they are struggling in their own final third to get rid of it.
Here we go!
Lania! This match has not even started yet. Game 5. Are you ready?
The 1 second goal to send it to overtime, and we see the overtime pressure. Lania coming in. Not only did he get the goal, but he forced the hard save there with the dunk potential. So they have taken it to game 5 with that overtime goal. That has got to be getting Sector 1 so hyped right now.
The reverse sweep is so close now for Sector 1. Look at those saves. 9 saves from Sector 1 to hold themselves into this. You can check right now that field. You will see the claw marks from where they dug in. It's going to go high. Nice save from Yemen, but
what
it's
a
just going
follow-up.
to go in from the rebound. 2 players from C&J heading up for the save and leaving no one left for this rebound.
Really good bounce shot by Lanya, just off the crossbar. Bluey and Yemen both going for that ball. Maut coming in super fast, hitting that on the bounce into the net high. Whilst they're landing, they cannot gain height when they're falling to the ground because they have got no control, and Maut used that opportunity so well.
Okay.
30 seconds, this is a chance for Sector 1 to secure this game. Can they get it? Maut gets blocked out by Yemen. 20 seconds left. Jesse trying to send this one long, not able to. Lanya wasting time, sending that up the wall. Every second right now counts because this is Crown Jewel's last
That's
chance.
going to go in. That is
Secures the victory. Irma securing the victory there. Incredible stuff.
Sector 1 held on. They had 1 goal between them and Crown Jewels with 1 minute remaining. Not only holding on to their lead, but increasing upon it, getting that opening. And they are going to be going through to the grand finals for the 2nd time in a row.
Reverse sweep. Let's not take away from that. Crown and Jewels took game 1, game 2. Sector 1 have stepped up their performance and taken it. They were in the grasp of losing. A 1-second goal in game 4 got Irma back in, send it to overtime. They have just played the game of their life to get onto the stage. Wow. So, okay, now the best moment for sure in that last game. You know what I'm thinking about. 1 second on the clock. 2 people in the goal. Yemen and I think it was Bluey, it might have been Jesse. All of them incredible goal line defenders. You managed to find the net. How did you feel when that went in?
Oh, I was like, we lost. It was 2-0 and they had 1-0 on us.
Yeah, 1-0 on you, and the scoreline was 2-1, I think.
Yeah, so I saw Maut and Lani move up, and I was just following because, you know, it's the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
I just go ham, and he hits it perfectly, and I hit it straight past him in the left side of the goal. It was
perfectly
amazing.
placed. Yeah. And then you go on to win the final game. The reverse sweep puts you on the stage. You're guaranteed £750.
Yeah, that's hype.
And you've got a 1-game advantage, which could potentially be £1,500 for you.
That's really important.
And you're at Insomnia.
Yeah.
Everything about today must be feeling pretty good for you right now.
I wasn't that confident today because we weren't playing that good, but then we started the games against Crown and Jewels, and it was bad at the beginning, but we managed to just
stepped it up so much.
Yep. And myself and Shogun, once again, getting ready to cast the 3rd last series from Insomnia 58 Rocket League Tournament.
We are deep into this bracket now. This is the losers semi-finals. The winner of this will go on. I'm going to put us into the in-game screen because we might as well. Yeah. This is losers semi-finals. The winner of this is going to go on to take on Crown and Jewels.
Buttery Biscuit Boosters against Flip Flop Tic Tacs BBB in the blue and Flip Flop Tic Tacs in the orange. This could be a really close game. Lania is saying it doesn't matter who goes out of this one because Crown and Jewels are going to sweep them in the losers finals, but this is still a money match. Somebody's going to double their money right here and go home with £500 between them at least. So big game.
At least. I mean, you can still come on and do the unthinkable.
Oh yeah.
C&J, you know, they are beatable right now. And so that ball is going to be put up. Both of these teams looking for their opportunity, looking to try and fight their way through. As Keegan tries to up a nice little setup, but hits the crossbar. The malice of the field, the crossbar coming in, making his presence felt already in this series. These long plays, whilst usually not recommended, you can force a mistake a little bit too far forward from Flip Flop, but they've got themselves back, and a save from Captain Jeff. Flip Flop hanging on.
Flip Flop hanging on indeed. That was looking incredibly dangerous. They don't want to let the goal difference go back up to 2 here, because 1 seems so much more achievable. And plenty of time to do it, and they just need 1 good chance, 1 good shot, and they'll tie it up. That's a great shot forward.
Everyone's there. Everyone's over there. They need to get themselves back because BBB are getting themselves into offense, but they've taken so much time.
Yes,
the entirety of FFTT were back in net.
Yeah,
another chance! It was right there for the taking, but no contact onto the ball at all, and FFTT are still trailing with 40 seconds remaining. This should be even.
Yeah, massive misplays coming in, but this is just the pressure getting to the players. So much at stake here. This is the biggest games of their lives, I have no doubt in my mind. And Buttery Biscuit Boosters almost tying up the series. 23 seconds left on the clock. Can they hold on?
Oh, it's going to go in.
Doubling the lead with a long shot. Crispy, well played.
Yeah. If someone on your team whiffs, what does that do to the overall rotation of the team? What does that do to the defense and the offense?
Well, I feel like if you're the last man back, you should not be 100% trusting your teammate to get a hit, even if you think that most of the time he will get it, because most of the time does not mean all of the time. Yes. And in that off chance where your teammate does get that whiff, misses the ball that you expect him to hit, if you've 100% driven forward with faith, you might take both of you out the game.
Ball going to go up high. There's no one in goal for that.
Oh
and that
my,
is going to
what a
go
finish.
in. I think we know how we both feel about not leaving anyone in goal from the kickoff.
Yeah, Captain Jeff makes this so difficult for himself. The ball doesn't go straight in, but by going to the corner, he takes himself out of the game just momentarily, and sometimes in Rocket League, that's all it takes for the ball to end up in the back of your net. 50-50 right from the center, 1-0 in 2 seconds. Fastest goal of the tournament. Center ball!
What a play! Moosme's going to be credited for it, but this belongs to Incredibacon.
What a play by Incredibacon. Look at that shot from the side. How did he find that angle? How did he find that angle?
An absolutely gorgeous touch.
That was an Incredibacon touch right there. Incredibacon stuff. The big man.
He is the big man, isn't he?
Has taken the game for his team. What a play.
It's going to bounce off the backboard, and no one there from FFTC.
What a save.
There he is. I didn't be able to see him because he was covered by the post, which he used to propel himself into the ball. Well played there from Moosme.
Moosme with the chameleon. He just blends into the wall. Nobody knows he's there, but he's ready and he's defending. Oh, backflip from Moosme, though. He can't keep this one out. 1-0. Buttery Biscuit Boosters.
Yeah, pressure time here now. Who will crack first? Crispy is going to play that one. He's set it up pretty well.
Oh,
and that
what a
is
set, though.
Really difficult situation for Flip Flop to deal with. They've managed to do so, but it doesn't matter if they can't score. Right here, Moosme takes the shot. It's a bit high, but Incredibacon is in position. Shot saved. What a save from Keegan. Just put himself down. Didn't jump early. Waited to see what came at him, and that might mean
one more chance.
If the ball touches the floor, game 5.
Game 5 in the loser semifinals. These guys are fighting tooth and nail to try and guarantee a 3rd place or more. Loser this, taking 4th and £250.
And this is an absolutely huge one. Crispy has actually got an open goal to aim at. Going to bounce it off. Goes for a second touch. Just needed to put that one onto net, but didn't quite manage it. Captain Jeff puts it up. Keegan
again.
Once again, it's really difficult to deal with. It doesn't look like that's a skill in his arsenal to deal with those sort of shots.
Yeah, Keegan, by being right in the middle here, makes it difficult for himself because he has to touch it right as it goes past him. It's no use hitting it early because somebody will come in and score into the open net. He's got to hit that at the perfect time. And to do that with all of this pressure of the LAN and the game 5, money on the line.
And Incredibacon, he's back, but we can see he's out of boost. He was looking for it. He's managed to pick up a bit of welfare from the floor.
Yeah, well played. Oh, open net shot.
It's nice. It's off the backboard. Here comes Keegan going for the shot. Keegan! Great play. Normal, classic play, but it's pulled off so well, so cleanly.
Yeah, look at that selfless play by Crispy, putting it high off the backboard. He could have taken a shot right there, but he knows there's a goalkeeper. Puts it right up high. No one's going to save that. Keegan with a beautiful aerial into the top corner. What a game. Buttery Biscuit Boosters. 2 games in a row to finish off that series. Incredible stuff. They're moving on to face Crown and Jewels in the losers finals. And massive commiserations to Flip Flop Tic Tacs. We've met these guys at the event. You don't feel like you're playing as well as you can.
Yeah.
And I feel like Sector 1, who keep giving you problems, are playing better than we expected them to play.
Yeah, definitely.
But before you can think about them, Buttery Biscuit Boosters are in the way. That's losers finals matchup. What are your thoughts going into that one?
It's going to be a relatively easy game.
Oh, I've heard this before.
It's true, though.
I've heard this before.
True, though.
I hope. Is this going to be 3rd time lucky? Because I'm going to ask, what's the score going to be?
It's just going to be a 3-0.
Oh, no, he's done it.
3-0 whitewash.
Every time that he says this, they lose 3-2. I hope it doesn't happen again for your sake. I'd love to see another rematch in the final, Sector 1 against Crown and Jewels for the neutral spectator. That's a pretty good thing. But, Buttery Biscuit Boosters, they've been playing quite well. Defensively, they've been really on point, and then they've been getting good counterattacks. So without giving too much away, what are you going to do to make sure that they don't upset you? Make sure that you get onto that stage match.
It's just going to be a normal game for us, I guess.
Just everything.
Yeah, just normal. Just play normally.
Yeah, just play normal.
Play normal.
Play normal.
Play normal.
He's already waiting and pushes it back forward. They left someone behind. Bluey is in defensive formation for Crown and Jewel, so no danger on that ball. Nobody even followed that up.
What a
That
shot
is
by
the score
Yemen.
coming in from Yemen, picking up on a wonderful wall pass.
Really nice play. Bluey taking it up the wall so delicately and knocking it right down onto Yemen. Look at that finish. Just dumping it in the bottom corner. No chance for Crispy. Yemen with the equalizer off the back of a great pass from Bluey.
Yep, absolutely well done. And so we're back to even, and now comes the interesting part. For ball going to the center of field. Here comes Higgs with a shot on the target. Just over the crossbar, and there's the whiff coming in from Crispy. And here comes the counterplay. Bluey is going to carry the ball straight into the goal.
Very nicely done by Bluey. He's only looking out to not get hit as he takes this ball clear. He knows he can get the ball away from Higgs, follows it, boosting the entire time, gets over the defender and secures the goal for his team. One mistake coming out, one overextension from Triple B, and Crown and Jewels take the lead on all cylinders. Although we have seen them, get reverse swept once this tournament, so we can never be too sure what's going to happen. It looks comfortable now, but they've got to stay focused. Oh, what a demo! Out of nowhere, Yemen with the 4th goal.
That was a fantastic play. Let's take a look at that here again. Higgs tries to clear the ball. Bluey pushes it forward. And here comes Bluey. Boom! Taking out Keegan. I don't think he would have been able to save that anyway. I think that ball would have been a little too high for a double jump save, but still. 4-1
Michael
now for
Bay,
John and
eat
Jules.
your heart out. Just a demo and then the explosion as the ball crosses the line, right one after another. Tried to catch both on the camera, but it's so quick. These guys are playing really, really well right now.
Still kind of try something new without running fear.
Bluey, no way.
Out of the tournament.
You're kidding me,
with the
Bluey!
air trouble. Oh my goodness! What a play from Bluey!
We see this develop off the wall. He gets rounded with the arrow and then he starts working it towards the net. He's following it all the way. I can't even count those touches. Bluey with maybe goal of the tournament. Solo plays from Crown and Jewels. Bluey, 14-year-old. What a monster.
That away from possession of BBB, and that was a little bit of possession that they had now. Now it's straight back at Crown and Jewels.
Oh,
good block from Higgs, but unfortunately the ball bounces. Very unfortunately.
Yeah, beautiful delayed flick. Yemen carrying it in here. He doesn't need to turn off ball cam. He knows what he's doing. Flicks it in, and then an own goal. Higgs on the sharp rotation. Can't get that one out. 4-0. We're only 2 minutes into the game. This could be a Brazil in the making.
Certainly quieted down a little bit as Crown and Jewels looking to
time
find some
for
opportunities
Bluey.
for themselves. Yemen,
There it is.
though, gets one, and just at the halfway point, we're at 5-0.
Yemen just carrying this ball forward as Bluey runs interference. Look at this. The blocker coming in. Bluey forces a jump by Keegan. It was going to be a tough save regardless. Yemen did a really good job getting that one high into the net. 5-0. Half the game gone. At this point, it is just how many goals can these guys score?
Yeah.
Oh, Bluey's definitely going for it. He's going right now.
Yeah, they're just going to own goal.
You just wonder, you see him on that approach, you think, is he going to hit? Is he going to clear it right here? And then we see him go right, and we're like, oh, I know what he's doing. Goes for the pull shot. Gets the double touch off the wall for the Brazil.
They aren't even going to let them score themselves. They're going to own goal it. They're not going to give anything to BBB.
Yeah, Crown and Jewels, 8 goals to their name. 7-1 is the score.